Hi all, welcome to Mandarin Time channel. In this video, we'll have a modular training of part 2 of HSKK Intermediate Test, Picture Description. You'll learn the goal of the test, how to get a higher score, and some tips during the test. Also, I will lead you to finish 3 mock tests to help you better organize your answer. So the first thing we need to know, this part is to test us whether we can describe our daily life in a well-organized, clear, and fluent way with expressions of intermediate level, which refers to HSK 3 or 4. Like mentioned in our introduction video, to get a higher score, your description needs to be consistent with pictures. And you need to say about 5 sentences fluently without repetitions or pauses as much as possible. So to reach that goal, besides your daily accumulation of expressions and speaking practice, here are some tips that can help you during the test. For HSKK Intermediate Test, you'll have 10 minutes to prepare for Part 2 and Part 3, which means you have 4 to 5 minutes to prepare for the 2 pictures in Part 2. I recommend you to spend less time of preparation for Part 2 because for Part 3, you need to answer each question with around 10 sentences, so you'll need more time preparing for that. So what should we do during the 4 to 5 minutes preparation is to note down all the details and organize them with appropriate expansion. We can follow the 4 W's to note down the details: when, where, who, and what. For when, what's the time of the picture? Morning or afternoon? At or after school or work? What about the season? Or if it's about a holiday? For where, we need to note down the place. Does it take place at home, in a cafe, at school, or in a company? And who is or are in their picture? Men or women? How many of them and what's their relation? Can we tell their jobs through their outfit or their mood through their face? And the last W is what. What are they doing? What are the objects in the picture and what are they wearing? Can we tell the weather? Considering that our preparation time is limited, when taking notes, we can use signals, simple words, or abbreviations to save our time. For example, if you want to write apple, we can just draw an apple. But remember, make sure that you recognize what they refer to when looking back. After noting down the 4 W's, we can do some appropriate expansion about, such as, why the people do that, what happened before or after, and is it a normal case? Then we can put them in the following structure. What time, at what place, who is or are doing something, in what mood. Then we describe the cause, process, and effect of the story. Remember, we first describe what are in the picture and then expand what are not directly showed in it. For the expansion part, we can add related words and sentence structures, especially linking words, to make it consistent and coherent. These following are the mostly used linking words for your reference. Now, let's do some mock tests to practice and get familiar with the tips. Here is the first picture, and let's first note down the 4 W's. For the time, we can tell by the wording that it's a summer, and it's up to you if it's morning or afternoon. I'll go with afternoon. And for the place, we can tell it's an outdoor cafe or restaurant, and the people are by the table. For who, we can see there is a man and a woman, and they are most likely to be a couple. For what, the man is giving a gift, and the woman in a pink dress looks very happy. And we're done with the 4 W's. Now we can do some expansion, like why the man is giving the gift. Probably because it's the woman's birthday or their anniversary. What's more, we can take a guess what happened before or after. The woman looked not only happy but surprised, so I'm guessing the woman was waiting her boyfriend, who suddenly appeared with a gift as a surprise for her. So I wrote down surprise and suddenly. Now let's organize all the details just mentioned into the following structure. We finished the first three. Now let's organize the last three. For cause, the couple met for her birthday, 生日. And for the process, the man suddenly, 突然, gave the gift from his back, 从背后给礼物. Then what about the effect? It came out to be a surprise, 惊喜. Now let's think what words or sentence structures we can add. We have already added 生日, 惊喜, 礼物, and so on. So for the sentence, we can link why the man gave the gift with 因为,所以. So here's the answer for your reference. First, we describe what's in the picture. 在这张图里有两个人，他们是情侣。在一个夏天的下午，一个女生穿着漂亮的粉色裙子，在一个户外咖啡馆。她坐在桌子旁边等她的男朋友。We describe when, where, and who in these two paragraphs. Then we can describe the process and effect. 突然，她的男朋友从背后拿着礼物走过来，把礼物放到她面前。女人看到礼物后非常开心。For the expansion, we can talk about the cause like this. 因为今天是女人的生日，所以她的男朋友给了她一个惊喜。In this way, we finish the question with all the details following the when, where, who plus process, effect, cause structure. It's pretty organized, right? Now, let's do a second test. I will give you 1 minute to think about all the elements following the structure. Time's up. Now let's check it together. Maybe your answer is better than mine. For when, I don't see a direct sign, so maybe we can expand it later. And for the place, it can be in a gym or a park. And it's a woman wiping sweat with a towel, so I can write down a woman, 一个女人 sweating, 流汗 towel, 毛巾 wiping sweat, 擦汗. Besides, working out is tiring, but she looks fine, so I can write 累 tired and 开心 happy. In terms of the expansion, I guess she goes to the gym because she likes sports. And for what happened before or after, remember we haven't mentioned the time yet, so we can say she works out after work. And that's for the 4 W's. For the cause, We can put what we just mentioned above. She likes sports. 她喜欢运动. And the process, I would say, she works out for an hour. 她运动了1个小时. You can change the number if you like. And for the effect or result, she is tired but happy. 累，但是开心. For the linking words, I can say why she sweats with 因为所以 and she's tired but happy with 虽然但是. And here's my answer for your reference. We first describe and expand appropriately. You can compare your answer with mine to see which one's better. 在这张图里，一个女人在用毛巾擦汗。这是因为她每天下班后都会去健身房运动。她每次都运动1个小时，所以会流很多汗。虽然每次运动后他都很累，但是他却非常开心，因为运动是他最喜欢做的事。Now let's do mock test 3. You can also prepare yourself first. Time's up. And here's how I would do that. I cannot tell the time, but I can expand later. I see a woman on the phone reading newspapers and looks happy. For expansion, I guess she saw some interesting or exciting news after coming home from work. And then she shared the news with someone, maybe her friend. Also, I noticed that there isn't much to talk about so far, so I can talk about whether it's a normal case. And yes, we often share news with our friends. So then let's organize the structure. The woman read the newspaper after work at home. 下班后回家看报纸. Then she saw some interesting news. 看到有意思的新闻。So she called a friend. 给朋友打电话。We can add words like share, 分享, and for linking words, we can use 一边to express she's calling while reading, and 依旧 to express that we all call a friend once we see a funny news. I also want to use 于是, meaning hence, to indicate why she made the call. Below is the answer. 在这张图里，一个女人正在一边看报纸，一边打电话。 看起来很高兴。Above is a description. Now we can do the expansion. 这是因为他下班回家后，坐在沙发上看报纸的时候，看到了一个很有意思的新闻，于是马上打电话给他最好的朋友，和他分享这个有趣的新闻。我和我的朋友也会这样，一看到有意思的新闻，就会互相分享。Above is all the mock tests. To sum up, for this part, we just need to note down all the details and put them into the structure. If for some factors we cannot find the clue from the picture, we just need to do some expansion. It takes some time at first, but if you practice more, you'll get more familiar with the method and your preparation will take less and less time. Check our website for more mock tests and practice your skills. I believe you'll be good at it soon. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video. Bye!